All right, so repentance is a little bit more like this. This is a bit of a working definition based off some stuff I read even this week. And so repentance it's a recognition and acknowledgement of the impact my sin has on God's glory, on me, on the world, and on others. Okay? And secondly, it's an effort to seek restoration of those relationships through forgiveness. With open hands, saying, will you forgive me? Because I've injured our relationship. I've created some sort of chasm between us because of what I've done. And would you forgive me? And then third, it's a beginning to turn from that sinful behavior or action or attitude. Because why? Because we love those we have harmed more than whatever that sin is. I'll say that part one more time. We begin to turn from that sinful attitude, behavior, action, because we love those we have harmed more than that sin. And obviously God would be the first part of that equation, but also obviously others that we've harmed as well. So we begin to turn from it. Listen to what Spurgeon says. He says it way better than I do, all right? But it's very similar to what I'm saying. Repentance is a discovery of the evil of sin, a mourning that we have committed it, a resolution to forsake it. It is, in fact, a change of mind of a very deep and practical character which makes the man love what he once hated and hate what he once loved. And this is where we get to the idea that repentance becomes not about trying to save ourselves, because our best efforts, Isaiah says it this way, that on our best day, it actually makes God sick. Not our worst day, that does too, but our best day makes God sick. So like our best efforts are going to church, are doing good deeds, are being generous, giving kids candy at Halloween and not other days, because the other days would be weird, right? Like our best efforts to do all the good things that we think are good actually make God sick. Now, why is that? Is that because he hates us? No, it's because our sin is so disgusting. And every one of us have it. To put it another way, I think it's Keller who says this. I can't remember exactly where I read this. I think it was from Keller. He talks about God's holiness. And from the other perspective of, if we were to approach God with our sin, it would be like approaching the sun. We would be consumed by its heat from very far off, just consumed. And so God's holiness is such that our sin cannot be anywhere near him, or it would just be, we would be consumed with our sin. So therefore, trying to save ourselves, trying to do good. So that idea of, we talked about penance, we talked about a lot of things that we're trying to do, efforts we're making, where we recognize like it's never going to be enough to pay for that. And so actually our trying will actually lead us further down that path of destruction. And so therefore, repentance can't be done on our own efforts. It's instead what we see here. God seeks out Cain, doesn't he? He seeks him out more than once. And he gives him opportunities to embrace grace. And so therefore, repentance, it has to be done through the grace and power of God. It must come from a heart which sees God, as John Piper says, as true and beautiful and worthy of all praise and all our obedience. So this becomes a beginning of moments where we will have a change of heart, mind, and action.